Hi everyone, so we are doing a clutch assembly replace on a KTM 390. So I thought this would be a good time to educate everyone about why it is important to change your clutch as a whole assembly and not just the plates, which is very common. People usually just tend to change the plates and don't really change the whole assembly with the basket and everything. So this here we have the old as well as the new assembly both in place. Right, this is your basket where all the plates and everything sit. Sorry about that. So this is the basket where all of your plates and the whole assembly sits, and this gear connects to your crankshaft directly. Inside the basket sits your inner hub assembly, which connects to your transmission shaft, and these are the plates which compress together and transfer the power from the crankshaft to the transmission shaft. Now it is important to have a look at the wear on the basket. So if you see the overall basket, it's a pretty simple design. Now if you look here in these crevices inside, this is where your friction plates tabs sit. Right now you can see this is pretty smooth, newly finished surface. Now if we go and have a look at the old one, if you can see inside here, you can see these sort of marks in there. Now those marks are created by these tabs of your friction plates, these tabs which sit inside. So every time you go off and on the throttle, every time you leave the throttle, the bike jerks. Every time you go on the throttle, the bike pushes forward. These plates sort of move inside the bracket like this, right? And they transfer and de-transfer the power from the transmission to the crankcase and vice versa, right? So these tabs sort of hit again and again on that sort of basket, and these tabs create a dent inside that basket, just like you saw. Now what is going to happen is, if these dents wear too much, you're going to put brand new friction plates, but those tabs on the friction plates are going to get stuck in and they will not be able to move in and out. If they'll not be able to move in and out, your clutch plates will constantly rub against each other, and that is going to accelerate wear on your brand new friction plates and wear them out much sooner than they should be done. The same thing applies to the inner hub as well. So if we have a look at the inner hub, I'll move these friction plates out of the way. There you go. So this is your inner hub. Inside here you can also see those same sort of marks, yeah, which are made from your friction plates. So these are your metal pressure plates which sit between the friction plates, and these metal tabs sit inside and they sit inside like that, and they rock front and back, right? And they create those dents in which your pressure plates are going to get stuck and they'll not be able to move properly, and that is all going to accelerate wear. So when you change your assembly, when you change your clutch, if your clutch is worn out, when you change your clutch, make sure to change the whole assembly. I know it can get more expensive, but in the long run that is going to mean that you have a longer lasting clutch, so it is worth the investment that you put in. Of course there are exceptions to this, which means that if you know for a fact that my clutch plates have worn out prematurely for whatever reason, maybe you do burnouts, or maybe do a lot of wheelies, or maybe you are just not used to using the clutch and you don't know how to use the clutch properly, which is very common. It's not a bad thing. We are all here to learn. So if that is one of the reasons which you mean that, okay, my clutch has worn out very prematurely in 3, 4, 5,000 kilometers of my new bike, then you can reuse the hub, but the hub needs to be checked for wear. However, if you've crossed more than 10, 12, 15,000 kilometers, it is just a good practice to replace the clutch assembly anyways. So that's been about the clutch. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.